ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. We recite the 17th pauri from Rag Gujari Var Mahalla Panjwa, the 5th Nanak, Guru Arjan. 2 sloks and a pauri, the recitation. Slok Mahalla Panjwa. Udam Karendia Jiu Tun, ਕਮਾਵੰਦਿਆਂ ਸੁਖ ਪੁੰਚ ਧਿਆਇਂਦਿਆਂ ਤੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਮਿਲ ਨਾਨਕ ਉਤਰੀ ਚਿੰਤ. The second slok, Mahalla Panjwa. Subh Chintan Gobind Raman Nirmal Sadhu Sang. ਨਾਨਕ ਨਾਮ ਨ ਵਿਸਰੋ ਇੱਕ ਘੜੀ ਕਰ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਭਗਵੰਤ. ਪੌੜੀ ਤੇਰਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੋਏ ਤਾਂ ਕਾਹੇ ਡਰ ਪੀਐ, ਜਿਸ ਮਿਲ ਜਪੀਏ ਨਾਉ ਤਿਸ ਜੀਉ ਅਰਪੀਐ. ਆਈਐ ਚਿਤ ਨਿਹਾਲ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਬੇਸੁਮਾਰ, ਤਿਸਨੂੰ ਪੋਹੈ ਕਵਨ ਜਿਸ ਵੱਲ ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ. ਸਭ ਕਿਛ ਤਿਸ ਕੈ ਵਸ ਨ ਕੋਈ ਬਾਹਰਾ, ਸੋ ਭਗਤਾ ਮਨ ਉਠਾ ਸੱਚ ਸਮਾਹਰਾ. ਤੇਰੇ ਦਾਸ ਧਿਆਨ ਤੁਧ ਤੂੰ ਰੱਖਣ ਵਾਲਿਆ, ਸਿਰ ਸਭਨਾ ਸਮਰੱਥ ਨਦਰ ਨਿਹਾਲਿਆ. ਤੇਰੇ ਦਾਸ ਧਿਆਨ ਤੁਧ ਤੂੰ ਰੱਖਣ ਵਾਲਿਆ, ਸਿਰ ਸਭਨਾ ਸਮਰੱਥ ਨਦਰ ਨਿਹਾਲਿਆ. In this passage, we find a continuation of the same theme on how to live a purposeful, productive life. And in the previous passage, Guru Arjan reminded us that life was to be lived here within the context of family, society, not in any kind of renunciation. That is a reminder to us that there is really no dichotomy between a spiritual life and a material life. We seem to have made this division as though there were 2 parallel streams that never connect. The fact of the matter is that it is just one life. What we call spirituality, mistakenly, I believe, but life living from the pivot of the self with a capital S is just one. And it has all of these dimensions. So, continuing that thought, in the first slok, the advice is, if you wish to enjoy well-being and happiness, sukh punj, then live in such a way, jiu tun, is tarah jiu. How? With diligence and exertion. Udam Karendia Jiu Tun, kamavandਿਆਂ sukh punj. So effort, diligence, exertion will bring to you a feeling of well-being and happiness. And this must be based on, as I said a moment ago, attentive mindfulness, connection with the inner self. In other words, that's the platform from which you operate. That's the compass, the guide. And with that guide, you plunge into the business of the world. That's the first slok. So those elements that have been identified: 1, internally centered and externally driven. That's how you pivot the inside and the outside. In the second slok, he adds on to that. He adds, Subchintan Gobind Raman Nirmal Sadhu Sang, the company of elevated minds. As you do this, as you play in the world, make sure that the association you keep is that of the sadhu, elevated minds, the guru, so that you can nurture noble thoughts, subhachintan, and establish a loving relationship with Gobind, the protector self, Gobind the Raman. Because we often think that establishing or falling in love is something you just fall into. Actually, that is not quite true. If you understand what the nature of love is, as it is spoken in Gurbani, then you will understand that it is actually a matter of paying attention. In the previous Sabad, we talked about that, where I said that the Satgur, among other definitions, is also attention. So attention is very important, mindful attentiveness. Subhachintan Gobind Raman Nirmal Sadhu Sang, good company, so you can nurture noble thoughts. Nanak naam na visron, ik kadi kar kripa Bhagwan. So that is the aspiration. That is the plea. Nanak's prayer is, shower me with your compassion so that I may never, not even for a moment, become unmindful, so that I'm not yanked away from my center, that the center never gives. So you get the picture of how to live life. And then in the Pauri, this is expanded. So he's addressing now, Guru Arjan Ji, the question of fear, existential fear, which is what consumes all of us. Why should we be afraid? He says, Kahe darti hai? Why should we be afraid when you are the cause of everything that happens? Tera kita hoye. Where is the fear then? There is only one actor in different roles. Jismil japiye now, this jio arpiye. Why wouldn't you surrender your being to that self? Upon meeting whom, jismil, self-knowledge is realized. You understand your authentic nature, and then you're truly at home. There's no question of being afraid. Aiye chit nihal sahib besumar tasno pohe kavan jis wal nirankar. So how can any harm befall the being who's under the supervision of the formless, who is beyond measure, Beshumar, when that self comes to dwell in the mind, Aiye chit? Bliss has to follow that experience. Sab kishit iske vas na koi bahara, so bhakta man vutha sach samahara. An assurance that everything is under the control of the self. Nothing lies beyond its reach. So it is resident in our minds when we open up to it. We are creatures, tere das, and we live in your awareness. Dhyan tud, tu rakhan walya, you are the protector. What does it mean to live in its awareness? Because everything that you can see, perceive, or imagine is being done in the ocean of awareness. It cannot happen otherwise. And this awareness, this self, is all capable and efficient. Sir sabana sambarath, efficient, capable, multitasker, nadar nihal liya, and it is watching us with a benign eye. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.